Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while and I know I keep saying that, but I really have been crazy busy and now you know why. As you can tell by the title of this video, I was enrolled in grad school and I just graduated. I will be telling you all the details about how it happened, why it happened, like why I decided to go to grad school, and the good juicy story and testimony about it. So I didn't make an announcement this time, and it was so funny because I just dropped my graduation photo and I was receiving so many, of course, like congratulations and what the heck, like how do you even do that with your schedule? And all I have to say is God, like seriously, it was all God. And it's also funny because I've been getting questions of like, when did this happen? So I'm going to tell you guys how it happened. So let's start off with my undergrad experience. I went to Syracuse University and I got a bachelor's in communication studies and a minor in creative writing. I graduated in 2016. Wow. I was about to say 2012, but that was high school. I graduated in 2016. I was the top of my class, summa cum laude. I say summa cum laude. How do they say it at the graduation? Summa cum laude. They say it so fancy. I never even heard of it until graduation.
Summa cum laude, Latin.
Summa cum laude.
Summa cum laude,
Summa cum laude. Okay. I was summa cum laude. It was a great experience. I love college, seriously. After graduation, I didn't get a job right away, but I'm going to save those details for another video. Like, it seriously has to be another video. For now, we're just talking about straight school. So I was working. I didn't have like the job that I wanted, but I was working on my blog, doing events in the city, speaking engagements, and just like my side hustles. Yeah, I was making income, I just wasn't where I wanted to be. And because of that predicament, I was like, okay, Tarah-Lynn, what is it that you want to do that you can do now? Like, I didn't have free time, but because I didn't have the position I wanted, I felt like I could make that free time, and I pretty much did. You just have to take advantage of all these opportunities and all the ideas and the dreams that you just always wanted to do. So I just asked myself, Tarah-Lynn, what is it that you want to do? Okay, outside of work, what do you want to do? I instantly thought of pageantry. I did one in freshman year of college and I won it, and it was amazing. Like, I loved it. Literally crowned by Miss New Jersey and Miss Teen New Jersey. My title was Miss Violet, and I was raising awareness for domestic violence at the time. I'm a huge fan of Rihanna. She's just gorge. And so like that was around, you know, the Rihanna Chris Brown thing was still fresh. So that's pretty much how I got into the Miss Black New Jersey pageant. In my research, I discovered it online and went through the application process, and your girl was crowned Miss Black New Jersey. It was pageantry that I always wanted to do, and I also always wanted to get my master's. I actually want to get my doctorate, but I don't know about it right now because honestly the only reason I want my doctorate is so that I have the name doctor next to it, you feel me? Dr. Tarah-Lynn. So continuing my education was what I always wanted to do when I was younger, and I discovered, okay, so high school, first comes high school, then comes college, then comes master's, then like, I don't know, I like excelling, and I just like going to the next step, and I've always enjoyed school. It was just something that I've always loved and could count on. Like, a couple months have passed, graduation, and I don't know when was the time period when I was deciding whether or not I wanted to truly go for it. And everyone was telling me not to go, like in the communication industry and media, and I totally understood them because honestly, if you're in the communication field, you don't necessarily need a master's unless you like want to teach or something, or if you just want to better yourself or whatever, just go ahead. But like the fashion industry, you don't really need that. However, I was still like, I don't know, something about it. I just want to go. I don't know. But it was just very iffy, and I was asking everyone. And when I say everyone, it's not really everyone because clearly not everyone knew. But I was asking my parents, and of course they said yes because variation, and Caribbean parents always want you to go to school and they always want accomplishments. So, and everyone else is just like, you know what? It's honestly your decision. You know you don't need it though. You know you don't need it. And I was like, stop, you're making it harder for me. Stop. And yeah, it was just a very, very hard decision because literally solely because of the reason of loans. I don't like the idea of owing anybody. I really, really don't. And so that was holding me back. I save my money. I'm a good steward of my money, and to just think of all the money I'd be putting in furthering my education just was blowing my mind. So but I was just like, you know what, let's just at least apply. So I had a mentor at NYU, and she had just finished her program, and she is boss. She's at BT right now. Hey Jordan girl. She's at BT, and she just does so much, and I admire her. So we set up a time, and I actually visited NYU, and I fell in love. She wanted to introduce me to her advisor, but she wasn't there at the time. She connected her to me online. So we did emails back and forth, and I was just so excited. I was like, wow, it really looks like it's going to happen. And NYU is a great journalism school, like amazing. So we got in contact and we were talking back and forth, and I was like, all right, this lady is awesome. She's so dope. I loved how she was all about forwarding women, especially women of color. Like, we need that out here, especially in the professional field. It's so hard. And it was great to have that type of counsel, even for a brief amount of time. So I created my application, and I was so proud of it. I had the best recommendation letters like ever from like my deans, and I was just really confident, you know? Like, I had my connect, I had my great grades and GPA and experience, and I was like, okay. Like, I didn't worry about it. I honestly don't worry about any opportunity that I choose to go for, because I'm just like, whatever. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. But I know God got me. I sent in my application a couple days later, or probably it was the day after. I don't know. Basically, okay, I'm gonna speed it up. She told me, after a couple back and forth, she let me know that the program wouldn't really suit my needs. And if you know me, I'm the type of girl that if I want something, I'm like, I'm gonna make it my need. Like, you feel me? If I want something, I am going to twist it so that it just fits my life, especially if it's going to be beneficial. Well, only if it's going to be beneficial. But she was telling me the program is not at all soft news, which is what I want to do. More entertainment, lifestyle type of content, red carpet, you know, all that. The program has really honed in on hard news, specifically politics, and, you know, Trump had just became president at the time, so it was like, you're going to be talking a lot about Trump. And I was just like, you know what, it's okay though, I'll report it. I understand that not everything, like, I'm not gonna have everything the way I want it, so I was willing to do that for school too, you know. It doesn't matter the topic choice. I was just like, you know what, I want this degree, I want it here, so it's okay. Basically, she was like, I'm not gonna let you do this to yourself. It's a waste of your time, basically. Yeah, and I'm really appreciative of that, especially now. I was then, but even more so now, because I see that, yeah, that wouldn't have been good for me. Like, it wouldn't have fit my life. Syracuse was briefly on my radar because they're like one of the best schools in journalism. However, it's like 5 hours away, and I was just like, I am not doing that. If I go to Syracuse, I will not be able to do anything in the city. I can't go to events, and I was just like, I do not want to be so far from society. I just, like, it's literally up there. It's by Canada, y'all. It's too much. No. Okay, so yes, I always wanted to go to grad school, but one portion that plays a huge reason as to why I was like, okay, I'll consider this even more, like, I'll consider this heavily, is because I was going through a really, really tough time emotionally. And so, like, the devil came for me. And so many aspects of my life, and literally just people that honestly don't even know how to describe it. I needed something that was going to take my attention away from the pain that I was feeling and the hardship, and to like give my all to. Whatever happened, which I'm not going to talk about because I'm just not doing it. When it happened, I was just like, okay, Tarah-Lynn, you need to devote yourself to something, and you need to go in for yourself even harder. Like, I've always gone in for myself. Like, I truly believe in what God can do through me, and I just truly believe in myself. But once that happened, I was like, you can't let this bring you down. Main thing that could keep my mind off of that was school. I just needed it. I was like, yeah, school. Go ahead, get your degree. Go ahead, girl. Go do you boo. So NYU was out the picture, and then I was focusing on USC. I know I just said I didn't want to go to Syracuse because it's like 5 hours away, and I want to go to USC, but it's in California. But everybody wants to go to California. Come on guys, right? But I wanted to go to California because I thought it was going to be my escape. I wanted to be out. Like, I did not want to see my familiar surroundings. I just wanted to leave. And it wasn't even like my family, because my family were like my rock, and I love my family. They're super supportive of every single thing that I do. And once I said USC, I want to go, even my mom, who I'm super close with, she's like, okay, like, no, you need this, like, you need to get away. I was like, yeah, I do. And the program there was only 9 months. So I was like, bet it's not a thing. I'll be right back, mom, seriously. And I applied to that. Everything was great. And I even got like my admission waived, and I was like, okay, God, look at you coming through for your girl. Like, okay, I guess this is really about to happen. It did not, long story short. And everybody was like, ooh. Like, it was literally like, how, Sway, how? Because you literally were the top of your class. You did all these things. Your experience is crazy. And I did not get in. And I was like, whoa. I was mind blown. It was like that SpongeBob moment, you know, when he's like, blah, 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 blah. It was literally that, because it was like, wow, God wants me to stay here. And I realized it then, but I realized it even more so now, because it was around the period where my mom was getting even more sick. I was able to be home with her and just care for her even more so, and our late nights together. And I'm happy I didn't get accepted to USC, because I got to stay home with my mama. And she really needed me, and I needed her very much at that time. Well, every day, but especially in those hard times. Okay, so USC was out the picture, so, and NYU was out the picture, so I was like, okay, so I guess no more school, whatever, let me live my life. And then one night, because I work best at night, I'm a night owl, I was like minding my business online, and I was taking a break from work, and I was on Facebook, and I saw an ad for Syracuse. I was like, Syracuse. But it piqued my interest because you guys, it was an online program for communications. And I was like, oh snap, y'all got that? Like, hold up, let me request some information. So I did that. Someone contacted me literally the day after. We scheduled a phone call. Needless to say, I got my materials in that same week. Next thing you know, I was accepted. It was so exciting. One, because it's online. I love online classes. I wouldn't have to go to Syracuse. I could live my life here. I could stay at home with my mom. And yeah, it was just amazing. Until I found out how much it was. Well, Syracuse is like one of the top schools. You know, it is Muncie. And I saw that. I was like, oh, maybe not Jesus. And I was so ready to be like, okay, no, it's okay. And I told them, I honestly can't afford this, and I don't want to take out loans. Like, this is a crazy amount to be taking out. And she was like, well, I really believe this program is perfect for you. I'm going to find a way to get you here. And a couple days later, I got a scholarship. Mind you, they don't give scholarships. Grad schools don't really give scholarships. It's crazy. And I was like, okay, I guess that's a sign you want me to go. But this whole time I was just waiting for a sign, for God to just show me, here's your sign, go to this school. Even that wasn't enough. As you can see, maybe, hopefully you can see by now, I'm kind of hard-headed in that way. And it's only because I don't like making stupid mistakes. Like, I can make a mistake, fine, whatever, I'll learn from it. But you know those stupid mistakes? Imagine I made like a $90,000 mistake. Like, what? Huh? I don't remember. Maybe I'm exaggerating with the cost, but imagine. And I just didn't want to do that to myself. So I went back into talking to literally, I keep saying everyone. It wasn't everyone, but like my mom, my best friend, even my pastor, because at the time was when I got the opportunity to go on a mission trip for free. And it's crazy because the mission trip was the same week of my first week of classes online. So I was like, okay, God, so you don't want me to go. It's okay. Okay, whatever. I'll just go to mission trip. No more school. Bet. I got you. I got you, God. Thank you for answering me. But my pastor was like, we got Wi-Fi over there. Like, you could go to class. And I was like, oh, word. Okay. Like, and I was just like, guys, you're making it so hard for me. Like, just tell me yes, I should go. My pastor was already telling me yes, but I just needed a yes from God. And here's the crazy thing. I needed a yes from God, but the same way I was going so hard looking for these scholarships or like looking for these jobs that would help provide, like pay for my tuition, I wasn't going that hard in prayer. It was like whenever it would come to mind, I'll just ask God, like, can you just give me a sign, please? Like, please. And it was like, Tarah-Lynn, you need an answer and you're not going to the one who's gonna give it. And it's crazy because I know better, but I noticed that when I need something right away, like, mind you, the deadline had passed. They were opening it up just so I could be a part of that cohort. I realized when I'm like almost like frantic and it's a situation that's really that needs like immediate results, I don't go to God. Now I'm more conscious of it, but then I was like, oh no, I need an answer. Somebody give it to me. And I was getting it, but I didn't feel a peace about it. So let me show you what happened. Just a second. Okay. So I'm back. And here's another testimony. So, okay. So sign number one, well, I don't know what sign that was. Like, God was just dropping hits and I just wasn't catching them. They weren't enough for me. I needed bigger. And my hard-headed self, he gave me that scholarship. I was like, no, that's not enough. Show me something. So one day, I think I had just gotten off the phone with my pastor. So I'm thinking about whether or not I should go, right? I'm washing the dishes. I flipped the dish over. And guess what? The dish said Syracuse. Now I'm gonna get up so you guys can see. So needless to say, my mind was blown, like completely, and I got goosebumps. Like it's literally a type of moment of like, who am I that you are so mindful of me? I could not believe, like, he answered. I was like, really? Like, seriously? Like, especially in that way, God knows you, like, inside out. He knows the type of answer that you need or don't need in order to do whatever it is that he has planned for you to do, whatever it is that is a part of his will. And I couldn't believe it, honestly. Here's the thing. I've seen this a million times. I wash the dishes a lot. At that moment, thinking about that decision, it just made it so much more. It was just relevant. It was the answer that I needed. After that, it was a yes. I contacted them. I said I accept the scholarship and I will be attending. So that's my story of how I chose Syracuse, and I loved it. My professors were awesome, like seriously amazing. I was learning so much, even about like YouTube and blogging and everything that I was interested in. Learning how to use mics on video, merging today's digital age to journalism. It's been amazing learning, and though the scholarship didn't cover it all, let me tell y'all how God is just a provider. Y'all, a couple months ago, I received a check in the mail from Syracuse. And I was like, what is this? They sent me a loan to my house? Like, why didn't they just apply it to my bill? I'm confused. Mom, what is this? I'm gonna call them. I don't want this money. I'm telling you, I don't play with loans. I don't play with loans. And then my mom was like, no, girl, like, this is for you. Like, they meant it for you. Like, keep it. Like, save it. I was like, okay, Mom, I'm not touching it. Whatever. When it's time for me to pay back my loans, that's where it's coming from, because I don't want to touch it. I'm gonna live how I'm living right now. I don't need to touch it. I don't need it. So I haven't touched it. And then literally a couple weeks ago, like prior to graduation, I received another one. And it wasn't until that I talked to like my best friend where she was like, girl, do you not remember it was around this time last year where you were thinking about how, you know, how you were going to afford Syracuse, how you didn't want to take out loans, and now they're paying you? And I was like, wait, huh? And literally, like, I could have fell out right there, because I was like, God, again, you coming through like this for me in regards to school? And honestly, it just showed me even more so that God is so willing to answer you. He is. It's just, it will be on his own timing. I know we hear this all the time, but it's so true, and that truth is important in your walk with Christ. You truly have to understand that when you are constantly seeking his will, he will make it known to you. He knows who you are, and he will cater it to your being, so you understand, so you accept it, so you could go on and move on and flourish in his name. I was mad at myself for saying, Tarah-Lynn, you should have went to grad school right after. You should have had taken a break. But I loved the break. I loved it. But I'm being hard on myself because, oh, you could have gotten your degree at 22. You're 23 now. These are the type of petty things that the devil would put in your mind to diminish what you have done, what Christ has done through you. I'm telling you. And one thing I learned is that it's a choice to choose kingdom thoughts or worldly thoughts, in the sense of, are you going to be pessimistic? Are you going to think of all the things or the people that have hurt you? Or are you going to use that to better who you are? And are you going to use all that ugly so that God could shape you into the most beautiful version of yourself you had ever seen? Oh, I don't even snap with this finger, so okay. That you have ever seen. There you go. Harder for you, for those in the back. I really hope I didn't miss anything. I just wanted to thank you all so much for your support. I know with my schedule, it's taken a toll on my blog, and I miss it so much. adornedarmor.com, guys, subscribe, okay? Like, I have content. You guys could, you know, go back to the old days. No, not the old days, but go to other pages, visit my website. I have evergreen content that will definitely speak to your situation. Though I'm not constantly posting, I will get back to it. And also sign up for my newsletter. I'll link it below as well, because that's where I talk to you one-on-one. I just want to thank you all so much for your support, for your prayers. Like you have no idea how much it means to me, because I do these things and they turn into me just going through the motions, and sometimes I don't really realize the impact that it has, and you all have just reminded me, and I'm so grateful for you all just constantly supporting my journey and just believing in me. If you have any questions about grad school or what it means to really wait on God and listen for an answer, just ask me. I'll put my email down there as well. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Thanks guys, see ya.